welcome to the stream. Sadly, I had to switch to Twitch. I was gonna stream on YouTube. Ended up having to stream on Twitch because of I don't know. I just couldn't get the YouTube to work. To stream for there. Um, just throwing up there on. Sorry, I'm just throwing up on Snap and on Instagram. That I'm live on Twitch, not YouTube. Should be having some people stopping by and getting on stream. Um, in a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little. Just gonna kind of talk everything. Football right now. I'm gonna talk about my NFL tier list that I see right now. Hold on, let me just see if I can make the lighting a little bit better. That should be better, hopefully. As you see, I got NFL tier list up, and then I'm also got ESPN. We're gonna talk fantasy as well. In my leagues so far. But yeah, we're gonna go do a tier list. Not that. Let's do this. Let's do this one. That should work. Um, Let me throw that on the story. And also throw it as a post. And yeah, we should be good. Yeah, I kind of messed up earlier and said that I was gonna do it on YouTube. Didn't end up having to do it on Twitch. I couldn't figure out how to. I was trying to get it on YouTube, couldn't. So I just decided to put it up on Twitch. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, perfect. I want to talk about fantasy first, Jack. By the way, I'm in Discord. Throw it out there in case people want to join the stream. Oh yeah, Jack is a mod. I forgot about that. Alright. I'm gonna do the tier list first because I want to explain myself and some of my thoughts on the season. I think we gotta start off from the bottom. Worst team in football right now. That I think right now is the worst team. I gotta go Jets. They're just not very good, are they? I can't really argue to put them any higher. There's no really argument. I mean, maybe you could say above the next team, but like, it's close, I guess. Um, yeah, I feel like the Jags. I think it's Jags, right? Yeah, I'll say Jags are the next. They're just again, they had a ton of hype. They had a really good chance to like, make noise and stuff. But Urban Meyer's just been terrible coach. He's just been a horrendous coach. Like, they had potential playoff aspirations and they just haven't played well. I mean, obviously lost to the Broncos last, and what they lost to who they play? They played who's the week one opponent? I know they lost, but they lost to the Texans, right? Yeah, lost to the Texans. Just not very good. I would put it's arguable between who's the worst out of these two, but I'll put Jets just below after this game against the Patriots. Zach Wilson 4 picks. That's yeah, you can't really say much about that. Next, I'm gonna go. This is tough. Obviously, the Texans should be the worst team. They've they were the worst team, but they've looked decent. So for that reason, but the Lions look good too. For that reason, I'm gonna go Lions. I don't think I'm missing any other bad teams. I'm gonna go Lions first. They both are, it's arguable. They both have looked solid at times. The Lions look like they could have beat the Packers, and that would have been that easily would have shot them up, and that would drop the Packers heavily. But I just think I would have to go with the Lions as third here. And then, like I said, Texans fourth worst. I think that's fair. They've looked good. I mean, they beat the Jags, and they were competitive with the Browns. Only lost by 10 to the Browns, even though they were playing very competitive. They lost Tyrod. Tyrod got hurt. So the new QB is the rookie Davis Mills. Who they play? Panthers? So this is going to be a tough matchup, obviously. But I don't know. We'll see how he plays. He's kind of getting thrown into a pit of fire, if I'm being honest. That Panthers team's playing very well right now. Um, hmm. Any more I want to say in F tier? Sorry, I made a ranking of these earlier. I just want to see. Oh, yeah. No, I'll throw them in there. I have them in F tier in my last ranking. I'll throw them in there. It's the Falcons. They just have not been good. They every year so much talent when it comes to the team. Like that offense, the talent on that offense is just incredible. I mean, you got Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley. They lost Julio, which kind of sucked, but they still got Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley. Mike Davis is a decent running back. Pitts, obviously, the first rounder. He's looked alright. Nothing crazy. Um, so yeah, on paper they look very good. Plus they have Foyesade Aluakon and Deion Jones, who are both solid youngsters. I wouldn't say Deion's a youngster anymore, but still not very good. They just haven't played well. Now, you could argue for the Giants being an F tier, but realistically, I see them one above. They played very well this season? Not really. They've been pretty poor, but they have shown they have shown that they can be a very good team. That offense has shown that it can be very good, and also it can also be very bad. They're very I could easily see by the end of the season them moving up to like B tier if they play well, if they start playing better. But for now, they have to be E tier. No, actually, I'm getting rid of E tier. I don't like E tier there. Did I delete the Giants too? I really hope I just didn't delete the Giants. I think I just deleted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just gonna yeah, there we go. Okay. D tier for the Giants. And then I'm gonna go Bungles. It's just the Bungles. Chase has looked very good, and Burrows looked solid. But yeah, they just haven't been as good as they could be. That offense is sick, but that defense is tough. It's just not very good. They don't have very good playmakers on defense. They don't really have anybody that's truly standing out. What, they beat the Vikings, yeah, barely. It was a tough game. And then lost to the Bears. Mixon's looked good, obviously, and Chase has too. Like I said, plus that offense is just high caliber. It's very good, high scoring offense, and should be putting up a lot of points. Obviously, he's only put 17 and 27 up the first two games, but I still think that they're chilling right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna stick with this. Washington sitting there at what, 8 from the bottom. So what's that? It's 32, 30, 28. Wait, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. They're sitting at 25. Oh, they had such high hopes going into the year, and I really thought that they could be that very good team. Yeah. Um, they just haven't been as good. That first week they played. Who'd they play first week? They played Chargers. Had a tough loss to the Chargers, and then had a really tough game against the Giants. Realistically, should have lost to the Giants. I'm not. I like the Giants, so I have a little bit of bias, but I still think they should have lost there. If Giants had made a few catches, that would have been a completely different game. But yeah, they looked okay. I wouldn't say they looked great. They didn't look bad though. There's just a lot better teams so far this year, I'd say. Next up, yeah, I'm gonna stick there. I got Colts. They're a good team. They on paper they are a very good team. If they figure out that quarterback situation, wow, this team. I mean, this was a playoff team a couple years ago. What was it? 2 years ago, and last year too, right? They were a playoff team. This year started off weak 0-2. Lost to two very good teams in the Seahawks and Rams. Rams, I will be getting obviously I'll be getting up to both of them later in the ranking, but Pittman's looked good. Taylor's looked solid. Not as good as last year, I'd say, but he still looked solid. And Wentz has been alright. Nothing crazy. And then this defense should be playing better, realistically. Darius Leonard, come on, you gotta be getting in there. How's Darius Leonard played so far? I didn't even see. I'm surprised he's not leading him in tackles. He should be. Has he been hurt? Actually, he might have been hurt. I don't know. I can't remember if he's been hurt or if he's just. No, he's been healthy. 11 tackles, no sacks. Wait, yeah, no sacks. I just you expect more from him for being such a highly paid linebacker, but that's where we're at right now with the Colts. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, they're a cool team. They have a few rejects that are just cool, like Carson Wentz. I'd really like to see him strive because people were absolutely just dumping on him after the whole Philly situation. Next up, I'm torn here because in my original rankings, I have it going Vikings, Bears, Eagles, if I can find the Eagles. But I don't know if I want to keep that because the Bears have looked in that first game against the Rams. They looked good until the second half. In that second half, they just got demolished. Eagles have, I mean, they're two. I'm pretty sure Eagles are 2-0. I'm pretty sure, and they're very very fun offense to watch. Are 1-1. They lost to the Niners. I forgot. They should have beat the Niners. Personally, I think that was a big loss for them. And then the Vikings, I think 1-1, I want to say, or I can't remember if they won their first week. I think they're 0-2. They lost to the Bengals. I forgot about that. I saw that earlier. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, I'm gonna keep this how it is. Vikings. That offense just has to carry the defense. If their defense can pull it together and play well, that team will be very good. That team, like I said with the Giants, could be B tier, A tier by the end of the year. That offense is just incredible. Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk's playing decent. Just kind of poor start for them. Missing field goals again. And then Bears, like I said earlier, they've looked solid. 1-1. Good win last week against the Bengals. Like I said earlier, it was a tough loss against the Rams. Dalton has looked very solid in these first two games, and seeing from a Bears perspective, I think they kind of like as much as they want to see Fields play, it's also like tough because how good Dalton was playing. He was playing very solid. Yes, he was throwing checkdowns or whatever, but he looked solid. And yeah, Dave Montgomery has been solid as well. He's running the ball very well. And then Darnell Mooney. I'm surprised Darnell Mooney's leading the team right now. Allen Robinson. I mean, I have him in fantasy. He hasn't been incredible so far this year, but I'm feeling he'll bounce back. Um, he has a touchdown though, so that's why I see it. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. And then the Eagles, they've played well. Can't go anywhere else from that. They've played well. It's the only way I can really see it. Next, we got the C tier. See, Panthers have played extremely well. But the question is, do I see the Panthers over? It's between the Panthers and the Patriots. Carolina 2-0. If they're 2-0, I might have to put them above Pats. They are 2-0. They beat the Jets and then they mobbed the Saints. I mean, the Saints didn't have their coach though, so that's why I see it. Oh wait, shoot, I did not mean to put them there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Panthers Pats. I think obviously beating the Jets. It's the Jets, to be fair. And this Saints win was a good win. Saints were missing their coaches though. Quite a few coaches because of COVID, which kind of sucks. But yeah, they got Texans next. I could easily see this team being a playoff contender. A lot of these lower teams here have potential to be playoff contenders. The league's just been very good this year. There's just a lot of talent to go around. Like, I mean, talent-wise, I mean, the Giants, they looked like they had a top 5, top 10 defense, but they haven't played like that this year. Washington, another top 5, top 10 defense, and the offense looked solid. Colts, Vikings, I mean, look at all those teams. These teams are solid teams. They just get outshined by a few other teams down here. And a few shockers as well. But yeah, obviously Panthers 2-0, you can't complain. And they've looked good. Still put the Saints above them. I'll put them up a little. They'll be up in a little bit. But yeah, they've looked good. Like I said, next was where are they? Pats. That's what it was. There we go. Pats. All right. The Pats. They've been playing well. They have. They're They're a playoff team. They should be a playoff team at least. I mean, just from the way I see it, they should be a playoff team, and I think they will be by the end of the year. Mac Jones has looked very good. Like he's looked like the best rookie quarterback, I'd say, out of all the rookie QBs so far. He's looked the best. Um, Tough L first week to the Dolphins, but that defense made the Jets look just dumb. I mean, the Jets aren't good, but like they looked terrible. Like that defense made the Jets offense look terrible. Like just horrendous. Zach Wilson, 4 picks. They forced 4 picks on him. And yeah, first week was just a tough loss, I'd say. I definitely see them as a playoff team. Now, if they beat Miami out, I don't know. I still that's why I still have Miami to put down here. Um, but yeah, next team, the Cowboys. I feel like I can get some hate for this because the Cowboys have looked good in these first 2 weeks. I just don't see them being that good. I mean, out of the NFC East teams, I think they either them or if the Giants or Washington. Actually, it's all very close, really. To be fair, but like obviously they're not winning the NFC East. That's kind of surprising. Obviously they're playing well, but I just don't see them holding up. That defense is just horrendous, and that offense, they've looked good, but they've also looked terrible at times. They really should not have beat the Chargers. The Chargers are played 10 times better than them. They just got lucky, I'd say. Um, the offense is good though. It's a very good offense. Just the defense is going to be the problem. Um, Next I'd say I got the Dolphins. I don't know how to put this like this. The Dolphins are very good. They should be a playoff team. They have a very high chance to make the playoffs. Just no Tua, and Tua's looked good, or not good, solid. He hasn't looked, like that, like how good as you want him to look, but he's looked solid, and the offense has been mid. Gaskin looked like he hasn't played as good as should be. I mean, they got absolutely destroyed by the Bills. I think last week I had them A or B tier. I think I had them B tier. But after this week, that Bills loss was just tough. I just don't see how you could put them in above them. Put them higher. So that's how I see it right now. Hold on a second. Alright. Just talking to Jack. He's gonna be hopping on the stream, hopefully in like half an hour-ish, so we'll see then. But yeah, Dolphins. If they didn't lose 35-0 to the Bills, I still would have them higher. That Tua injury is very, very tough. Um, yeah. I'm gonna make a change to my rankings. Originally, I had the Raiders here, but thinking about it, even though I think at the end of the season they will be down here-ish, for now, I can't ignore that they're 2-0 and they've beat two solid. I think they're 2-0. Right? Yeah. They beat the Ravens, and they beat the Steelers. Yeah. Um, I can't ignore the fact that they're 2-0 right now, and they've beat two solid teams. So I feel like I gotta move them up. I got the Saints. What's that at? They're about mid pack right now. Jameis, that first game looked incredible. 5 touchdowns, I think it was. 4 or 5 touch. I think it's 5 touchdowns, right? Yeah, 5 touchdowns. Big thing here. I don't know if I can like zoom in. Kind of like zoom in here. Oh, wait. Oh, too far. Hold on. I want to zoom in over here. No, what? Never mind. Whatever. Over here. 148 yards. That's the big problem. Was he only had 148 yards. Um, the fact of that hasn't really happened. I think the last time that happened was Lamar back, I think last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, they looked very good against the Packers, and then looked horrible against the Panthers. Like I said, look, I'm pretty sure it was just missing the coaches was a big problem. But let's see. Um, I think they'll bounce back. That team's a very good team. They have obviously, plus they'll get Michael Thomas, Slant Boy, whatever you want to call him, back. And I think that'll be a very very big help for the Saints. Obviously having all Pro Bowl type receiver will help you. So, but until then, that's where I see them. Um, Now I'm trying to decide. No, yeah, Steelers next. Again, I'm gonna move the Raiders up 2. Then I have Raiders here. Steelers. Week 1 against the Bills. This is another. This is similar to the Saints, and like the Dolphins and stuff. Week 1 against the Bills, absolutely smashed them. Like they just made the Bills' offense look terrible. Look, 60 yards for Diggs, 270 and a touchdown for Josh Allen, and then Ben had a touchdown, 188 yards. Juju, I mean, obviously the offense doesn't look his worse on paper, but they just outplayed him. I mean, put 17 up in that fourth quarter. What was it? Had touchdown, 9-yard return on the blocked punt, and another field goal at the end. So, I mean, they look good in this game, and then they look terrible against the Raiders. So, that's the only reason I have them now. Like I said, eventually at the end of the year, Raiders will be down here. But for now, they're 2-0. I can't not respect that. The fact that they're there. They've looked incredible. Realistically, they should not have won that Ravens game. That Ravens game was such a weird game. Like, I mean, Derek Carr, 817 yards and 4 touchdowns already. Waller at 170 yards and touchdown. Another thing, Josh Jacobs, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm getting to it, Jack. Okay. No, I'll speed up a little bit through these rankings. Um, because I'm gonna clip this and throw this on the YouTube for week 2 rankings, stuff like that. I'll throw the whole thing up, but I'll probably clip out a few parts like this one. Um, Next up on the ranking, I feel you could go either. You could put them here or here. I'm gonna throw Chargers here for now. Offense look good, defense look good as always, and they look good. They just they just can't. They couldn't capitalize. They couldn't capitalize in this Cowboys game. Now, admittedly, they got robbed in this Cowboys game. But we'll have to see how they play against this Chiefs team. If they play well, then I can see them going up higher. If not, then I can see them sticking around here. But we'll see. This is the first, I'd say, big competition. Um, Now, as you can see here, there's one team that sticks out a bit. Denver Broncos, baby. Actually, I'm also gonna get rid of this B tier because in my rankings before I didn't have a B tier. This is B tier. This is C tier. Broncos. I have them here. I am a bit biased. I'm very biased. But they have looked so good in these first 2 weeks. They, like, incredible. Obviously, we play against the Giants and the Jaguars, so you could say we haven't had a ton of competition. This game is going to be a real decider of how we played. But Teddy has looked incredible, man. Sadly, we lost Judy and we lost Bradley Chubb, which sucks. Chubb's out for 7 to 8 weeks, I think it was, at least. But yeah, we've looked incredible. Melvin has come back and just been incredible. Teddy Bridgewater's looking good, which is all we need him to do because that defense has just been monstrous. 13 points for the Jaguars and Giants. Obviously, not very good teams, but offensively, they're solid. They're both decent teams. And the Broncos just ate the Jaguars alive. Plus, we held the Jaguars to 6. They got a fluky kick return touchdown at the end of the game. So really, we left them to 6. But 2-0. Defensively, Vom has 3 sacks. Kareem Jackson is a pick. 11th on passing, 5th in rushing. 28th. We've only allowed 13 points against us, or on average. And we average 25 points a game. All I'm saying is this. I'm saying the Broncos are a playoff team. Mark my words, we are making the playoffs. At least as like a wild card team. We might be the last wild card player team in, but I say that we're a playoff team. The Niners are tough because are they 0-2? Or no, they're 1-1. Or no, wait, they might actually be 2-0. No, yeah, they're 2-0. I forgot they beat the Lions and the Eagles. It's such a weird team. Like they have I don't know how to feel about this team. Jimmy's winning games, which is surprising. But you know, I don't know. I just have them here for now. I think they could obviously be higher in the future, but they also could be lower. We don't really know how to judge this team. They have a good matchup against the Packers this week. We'll have to see how they play, and that'll judge if they hold this rank. Next up, I got the Titans. 1-1. Beat who they beat last week? I can't remember. They beat Seahawks. That's what it was. Because Derrick Henry just rushed down the Seahawks' throat and in the second half and just absolutely demolished them. I played him in fantasy this week. He was just incredible, to say the least. Yeah, I don't really know what else to really say. He's played well, and they played that first week. Lost that first loss to the Cardinals. They looked terrible, but they bounced back well this week. It had a good win against the Seahawks, which leads me to my next team, Green Bay. Now, after week 1, I think I had them right here. But my goodness, when pissed off Aaron Rodgers plays like pissed off Aaron Rodgers, that offense is incredible. One of the best offenses in the league. They just demoralized the Lions in that second half. First half, they looked like they were playing as they played against the Niners. Oh wait, no, not Niners. I was gonna say, I was like, what? Packers didn't play the Niners first game. I was thinking Lions. They looked nothing like they did against the Saints. That first half, they looked like they played against the Saints. That second half, wow, they turned on they pumped the brake or pumped the gas up. 3 straight touchdowns from uh, Aaron Jones, 2 from Aaron Jones, 1 for Robert Tonyan, and yeah, they played well. I mean, it's the Lions. Lions could be better this year, but yeah, they just look very good. Now, obviously, I think I could put them like here-ish, but I'm gonna keep them here for now, just because I think this is similar to where they should be. Seahawks, I got them next. Um, they're just a very good team. I mean, there's nothing else to it. When Russ is cooking, he's cooking. That's what we saw that week 1. We saw him that first game, saw him absolutely cooking. First half, sorry, first half against the Titans. That offense looked stellar. DK didn't even do much. Him and Tyler Lockett were just cooking up that secondary, and then obviously lost in the second half. But I still see them around here. Next up, I got the Browns. They're such a fluky team. I mean, these first 2 games, they both looked good. The offense looked good, but like they should they should have murdered the Texans like with ease. Only 10-point win. Um, the fact that it got close, got to a 3-point game in the fourth. That's a little worrisome for Browns fans, if I'm being honest. But they still pulled it through, and I still think that that's where they are at. Next up, we got the Cardinals. They have looked brilliant, phenomenal these first 2 weeks. I could put them over the Bills, but I still think the Bills are very good. If the Bills just absolutely dominate the Dolphins this week, I would have had the Cardinals above them. But yeah, that's where I have them. I mean, close win against the Vikings, but Kyler Murray he's on for. I have him. I think he gets the MVP this year. Right now, early pick, I think he gets MVP. He's just looked phenomenal. I mean, plus they have a decently easy schedule. Play the Lions. I mean, they got that Rams, Seahawks, Packers, Browns, and Rams. Those are, I think, and then the Niners, obviously. But they have a tough division. But I still think that they win this. I think they actually win the division. I mean, or no, sorry. I think they get second in the division. Sorry. But yeah, they've looked just incredible. And to round it off, I'm gonna put the Bills A tier. They are. I had them here. It's the same ranking, but um, I'm gonna put the Bills here. I think they deserve to be here. At the beginning of the season they were top 4. I think they dropped 1 spot to the Ravens. Um, but yeah, I think this is. Mm, see, this matchup here, the Bills and Ravens, is a tough one because obviously they're both 1-1, and I could honestly do that, but I'm gonna keep them there. Just for a tier list, I'll put them both as tier, but I think I'll go Bills for Ravens. Uh, nah, I'll keep the Ravens here. They lost that game to the Raiders. realistically, they shouldn't have lost that game. But that was just such a weird game. Like, to be fair, one of the best games I've watched, but just a weird game. And then they came out here and just absolutely pooed on the Chiefs in that last bit of the game. Um, Winning by one, and what a play call to go for it on 4th and 1, wasn't it? Potentially giving the Chiefs the ball back on the 50 with like how much time left? I think it was like a minute-ish left. What was it? Hold on. I want to get the play-by-play. Right here. Gets this 4th and 1. What a play call to go for it. To win the game. Yeah. If they wouldn't have gotten this. You give the Chiefs the ball back on like the 43. On Baltimore's 43. I almost guarantee that the Chiefs win that game. So realistically, that was just such a risky play call. But what a play. That was very, very risky, but ended up working out, and they got the win. So another one of the best games of the season, I'd say. Bills, like I said, ugly loss to Steelers, but then absolutely demolished the Dolphins. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And then if I'm being honest, what I really want to do is finish it off like this. I just can't drop the Chiefs yet. They have the best team in football besides the Bucks. They're the number 2 team in football. It's just they should be number 1. A tough loss, Clyde. That was a tough fumble from Clyde. Um, but yeah, I still think it lines up like this. And the Rams have been hot. They have been incredible this year. Like, I knew they were gonna be good. Like, I thought they would be maybe like 5, 6, 7-ish. But they have been the 3rd best team in football. A little scary against the Bears in that first bit, but and a little scary against the Colts. But my goodness, that offense has been incredible. Matthew Stafford, what a trade to get him out of Detroit and get him on a good team. And him and Kupp have looked phenomenal. And then this defense is just Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd has been a menace this year. What he has? Yeah, he already has a sack. Donald has a sack. Like they've just looked very good. And then Bucks won. Okay, I have them S tier based on the fact of looking like this, but they could be here. I think by the end, I mean, realistically, these teams are basically all going to be playoff teams. I think, right? What? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who the fuck is this guy? Like some random dude just like came up in my chat, just talking shit about my rankings. I mean, yes, they are real. If I was doing it realistically, this is how I have it. But just because I kind of wanted it to look like this, it looks cool. It looks better for a thumbnail. But if I'm being honest, yeah, right there. That is that better for you? Is that better? I just hold on. Let's just get the thumbnail real quick, boys. Just had to get the thumbnail done. Alright. Realistically, that's what I see. Okay. That's how I usually have it too. Is I have the 4 best teams in this one. Fair enough. No, fair enough. Fair enough. But all right. Now, do we want to see fantasy or do we want to see predictions first? When does the game start? 7:20. Okay, yeah, we got time to go through fantasy. Yeah, okay. Um, this is how my team's looking in the league with Jack, Justin, Pat, Sean, Boone, Conant, Kat, Logan, AJ. I think I already said Jack, but if I missed it. Um, I'm 2-0. This is what my team's looking like. I really like it. I need running back. That's all I need. I need a running back because Clyde can be good. I think he's just kind of been he's been underused and they've been playing. They keep playing from behind, so they keep finding themselves in that situation. But I think against the worst, like the against the worst teams, they definitely will be looking better. I play Boone this week. Um, I'm projected to win by 3, but we'll see. Can I get like the true fantasy cast like this? Yeah. All right, this is what I want to see. Boone has a solid team. He just traded for David Montgomery with Jack, Justin Jefferson, and Myles Gaskin for David Montgomery. Uh, Mahomes, what? He drafted Mahomes. Yeah, second round, 18th overall. Uh, Also in this league, I had McCaffrey. Sold him to Jack for $60 because it was a $20 buy-in. 60, sold him for 60, got my money, and I still should make the playoffs because this receiving core is just incredible. I made a trade for Cooper Kupp for Antonio Brown straight up from Logan. I don't know. I know I don't have anybody for the game tonight. Um, but yeah, this should be a good matchup. I should get the win though. I think I should get the win. I have good matchups as well. Chargers defense against Clyde is very good. And then James Robinson versus Arizona should hopefully be a bounce back game. I'm hoping because they let up good running yards. Let's see, what are we looking at? Yeah, I'll keep him in. I think it's between him and Elijah Mitchell, and probably Cordell Patterson. I'd say. I picked up Elijah Mitchell last week. I don't know if he'll play. We'll see. And then I just picked up uh, Cordell Patterson, Tim Patrick, and KJ Osborne. Uh, we'll see. I'm gonna wait another week on Cordell and KJ Osborne, and then or mainly on Cordell. We'll see how he plays. I'm also just stocking up on receivers because I think Tim Patrick and KJ Osborne are gonna be solid. Um, Next one is AJ versus Justin. Um, AJ's projected to win. This will be the big matchup, I think, is QB wise, and then also how Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb do against Derrick Henry. Because I think Miles Sanders will play well, but when do you draft him? Did you draft him third round? Yeah. He has 24 points for the first two games. Um, Sutton's a really nice pickup. I wish I would have been able to trade for him. He's got Corey Davis on his bench. Was very good, but just had a pretty poor week. He's also got Tony Pollard on the bench. Overall, very good team, I'd say. Justin has Tannehill, Taylor, and Chubb. We'll see how they play. Chubb goes against Chicago, who lets up good rushing yards. I want to say what they played. Yeah, the Rams got good rushing against them. So did can't remember who played them last week. Pretty sure they both got good rushing yards against them though. And Tennessee also was allowing good rushing yards. I want to say. Pretty sure Chris Carson did too. Um, Played well against them last week. I want to say. Could be wrong. Or no, Chris Carson only had like 10 points. I don't know. We'll see. CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin's very good. He's got Deontay starting. Um, Bit of an odd move. I feel like he should start Chase, if I'm being honest. But, I mean, hey, it's his decision who he starts, I guess. Colts defense and Matt Gay, the kicker, solid. And then Odell on the bench for AJ. Odell should be back, I think, next week. But yeah, overall, depending how Derrick Henry plays against Indy, I think Justin will win. But if Derrick Henry goes off for like 40 again, AJ should win. It'll all be depending on how Derrick Henry plays, I think, in total. How Derrick Henry and Dak play. Next up, we got Pat versus Logan. Let's see how Lamar is. He wasn't at practice today. I know. I saw that. Cause he had illness of some sort. Saquon should pop off this week, realistically. Um, if he's out there, he's gonna pop off. Chase Edmonds has been solid for Arizona. Just saw earlier with his stats. He had like 70 yards rushing, I want to say, this year. Or, sorry, 100. He had 70 yards first week. He's got 109 overall. And no touchdowns, which kind of sucks, but he's been solid overall, I would say. Shepard is a very nice pickup. And Godwin is kind of iffy at times. We'll have to see how he plays, but Godwin's an iffy one. Austin Hooper, I don't even know how he's played this year. Projected 7 points. He had 6 and 9. Yeah, Njoku's been eating into his snaps, so that's a problem. When did he take him? 15th round? Okay, that's fair. DK, he's been outshined by Lockett so far. We'll see how DK responds. And then Logan, Lamar, Eckler, and Carson. All very good. We'll see how Lamar plays this week, and if I'm assuming he'll play, but he should absolutely feast on Detroit's defense. Eckler and Carson, good running back 1-2. I'm trying to get Eckler. So far, he's been decent. He had a really good bounce back game last week against Dallas. I'd love to trade for him, but let's see. And then obviously I traded with him Cup for AB. Antonio Brown, he had how many? He had 2.7 last week. He only had one reception for 17 yards. Overall, just got outshined. That offense. Oh, he's out right now. Oh, right, 'cause he tested positive for COVID. Probably have Ruggs or Fournette replace him, I want to say. Ruggs popped off last week, but we'll see. Um, This is a 50-50. I think I I want to say Logan's gonna win, but it really depends how Saquon plays. If Saquon pops off, then I could easily give this to Pat, but we'll have to see. Conant versus Sean. Sean auto drafted, but he's picked up his team pretty well off the auto draft, I will admit. Signed Kirk at a free agency. Um, got Antonio Gibson and Swift in the draft. Very lucky to get two decent running backs. Gibson's been kind of iffy this year, though, so we'll have to see. And Swift has been good. He's been one of the Lions' only real targets. Kind of played iffy last week, but yeah. DJ Moore, Galladay kind of sucks. He, at least fantasy wise, I think in real life he's good, but fantasy wise he's just not been getting the production. Same with T. Higgins has been alright. 16 first 2 weeks, so he's been good, but we'll have to see how he plays. Oops, did not mean to do that. Overall, Sean should win. I think Sean will win. Kittle has not played well, so let's see. He's also gotten pretty unlucky with the fact of Herb Smith, Jarvis, and Raheem Mostert on IR. But yeah, we'll see. And then obviously the one matchup Jack was waiting for is him versus Hunter. Both 1-0, so one of them will take their first loss this week. Because we have like buys because there's 11 people. So yeah. We got Jalen Hurts and Kyler. Kyler's been phenomenal this year. I think Kyler is the best QB. He should win MVP. Hurts has been good though too, so you can't complain. He's also got Herbert on his bench. He should look to trade one of the two. Herbert's been kind of mid so far this year. Hurts has played better, so yeah, definitely, definitely reasonable. Joe Mixon and Jacobs. Like I said, Jacobs he's very touchdown dependent. I'm not trading for him in the slightest, or wanting him on my team, to be fair. 2 touchdowns, that's the only reason he had 17, and then he's out last week. He's already having injury problems. Um, Obviously, the new pick, Justin Jefferson, is clutch, and then Myles Gaskin will be decent off the bench. Um, Jack should have this pretty easily. That team is just stacked, to be fair. Even without McCaffrey, he's actually played this pretty well. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Obviously, injuries occur, so we'll see what happens with injuries and see how he performs after, say, McCaffrey goes down or Aaron Jones goes down, something like that, or Diggs or Jefferson. Because his bench is pretty He's got good tight ends, and then Gaskin's been alright. Just picked up Teddy. I saw that. Tyson has been. I don't really know. He played well the first week, but second week didn't play as well. He's just splitting carries with Latavius, which is the running back from the Ravens I have. He's got to trade either Andrews, Gronk, or Fant, at least one or two of the three. And yeah, he's still got Lockett, who's played well, averaging 29. So yeah, should be a good win for Jack. We'll check back on that, on all the matchups and stuff like that next week or this Sunday. And then Cat has Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is I'm pretty sure he's. How's he played? 20 and 17. Oh, I was thinking of Kamara. Kamara's underperformed, and then Najee's kind of underperformed so far. So, uh, same with AJ Brown. He's underperformed, and Devonta played well first week, but last week didn't play as well. So yeah. In terms of fantasy, I think I'm gonna win this week against Boone. It's gonna be close. A lot of my games this year are gonna be close, and it all's gonna depend on how these two play. I feel I drafted well. Besides Clyde. Clyde's my only mistake, I'd say. If I could go back in the draft, I think it's here, draft recap. Yeah, if I could go back here, I would have probably taken either DeAndre Swift, Montgomery, or Carson. So, yeah, and then honestly, I think other than that, I drafted pretty well. Um, Obviously, instead of just Sean Watson, I should have drafted Corey Davis or Vishka Chenault, or even like or I should have taken AB. Sorry, Antonio Brown was the real one I should have taken. How did? Oh right, I traded for AB. That's what happened. I should have taken Antonio Brown, but other than that, I feel like I drafted pretty well. Um, do kind of. I kind of wish I would have taken either like James White or Rondale Moore. Wish I would have gotten one of those two. Obviously took Drew Lock in the last round because it's based off my team name. But yeah, I feel like the draft went well for me. Um, I think I have time. I'll just go over a few of my other leagues. This is just a random league I got in. Obviously Clyde has underperformed. Saquon's underperformed, but yeah, this is what I'm rocking with for this week. I might start James White over Clyde. I'm not totally sure. Other one. Oops, that's last year. Just picked up everybody last year. Tannehill, Taylor, White. I have James Robinson and Javonte Williams, but I'm gonna start James White this week just off usage. I might start Javonte. I'm not totally sure, or James Robinson. We'll see. I'm still kind of 50-50. And Stephon, Keenan, DJ Moore solid, I'd say. Odell would be back soon. So, I picked up Shep, Myers, and Marquez Callaway in free agency. And then this one is for my college one. I think I drafted extremely well in this one. Just AJ Brown's kind of underperformed, so was Saquon. I took Saquon, I think like 8th, 7th. Yeah, he fell to me at 7, so I had to take him. Obviously Judy's on IR, but I still have Mike Thomas there too. I took Mike Thomas in like one of the last rounds. Yeah, 11th round. He was still chilling there. My bench is very good in this league, but we'll see. Um, yeah. So that's kind of what I got for now. And one of the last things I want to do is the NFL. Um, NFL Pick'em Week 3. I think it's this. Oh, oops. This? No. website? I don't really know. No, I don't want to do that. I just want, like... No, do this. Playoff Predictor. NFL. Haha. Alright, here we go. So, now let's get to week number 3. Alright. First, I guess I'll go for, for the start of this week. First game of the week, today. Thursday Night Football, Texans, Panthers. I got Panthers. I feel like I'd be dumb not to put the Panthers. But yeah, we'll start AFC first. AFC matchups, Chargers, Chiefs. I got Chiefs. Bengals, Steelers. I could see a Bengals upset here. I don't know. Bengals, Steelers is a tough one. I'll get back to that one. Titans, Colts. I'm gonna go Titans win. Broncos beat the Jets pretty easily. And honestly, I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think the Dolphins upset the Raiders here. Panthers beat the Texans. Bills beat Washington. I gonna go a Bears upset over the Browns this week. I think Justin Fields. Justin Fields week 1. No, I think based off the fact Browns are the home team and Fields' first week as a starter, I think he's gonna get absolutely eaten alive by the Browns defense. Cardinals win, Ravens win, and I'm gonna go Patriots win against the Saints. Falcons, Giants. Bucks, Rams. I'm gonna go Rams win that one. Seahawks, Vikings. Seahawks, and
Hello?
then Niners, Packers.
Hello?
Other Niners. Eagles, Cowboys. Eagles, they both looked so good. Or, so good but so bad as well.
Colin.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Colin.
I think Eagles get the win. Barely.
Colin.
I think that offense just shreds the Cowboys defense. If I'm being honest. Hold on a second. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Colin.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Alright.
I've been on mute for the last 20 minutes?
So the stream hasn't been able to hear you?
Yeah.
It's alright. We back, baby. What's up, stream? Thanks for having me on the show. Let's get into some game picks.
Alright. Alright, let's go through these. Let's go through game picks. I did mine. Oh, I forgot the Bengals. I go Steelers because they're home. Alright, first one we got tonight's game. Panthers, Texans.
You know, the Texans have surprisingly looked okay.
They have a rookie QB in this week.
Yeah, without Tyrod, I'm still going to pick the Panthers. I think the Texans will end up winning a few games this season and showing some potential, but Darnold looks solid. DJ Moore's been well. CMC's good as usual.
And they had a good win against the Saints last week, so.
Yeah, they're coming off a good win. I'm picking the Panthers in that one.
Yeah, that's how I got to. And then next one, I'm just going to go from here, actually. Because I can pull them up one by one instead of having my picks on the board. Hold on. Next game of the week is Washington-Buffalo.
Gotta pick the Bills. They came off a 35-0 win.
Yeah, I got the Bills by a solid amount.
Antonio Gibson's been looking kind of sloppy, and didn't he get hurt?
I can check that. I don't think he's hurt, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Heineke's okay, but I don't think he's anything to, take care of the Bills' defense, considering how they played against the Finns. I mean, it was Jacoby Brissett, but they did play exceptionally well, so.
They they took all their fury and anger out from week one on that team. Just said fuck you.
Yeah. And Josh has still been looking pretty slow, but I'm going to predict he kind of goes off this week.
Yeah, I could see them winning by at least a touchdown or two against Washington.
Yeah, I think Washington will keep it close. Their pass rush is exceptional, and Allen kind of seems to do some stupid shit under pressure, so.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me see.
I think Josh will throw a pick or two, but I think the Bills will still win.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the game odds up of, the betting odds. We'll see. Next one, we got Chicago at Cleveland.
That would be a good game. Justin Fields' first start, correct?
Yes, we'll have to see. He played last week, and he played kind of poor last week, but we'll have to see. Because I think that he loses based on that Browns pass rush, because that Browns pass rush is just incredible.
The Browns had a pretty ugly game against the Texans last week, but they came out with a W. I think they'll bounce back, and I think they just have more talent, and I don't know, rookie QB's first start. I mean, maybe he'll surprise us, but I think he's going to have a pretty mediocre first performance just based on his lack of experience.
Yeah, the spread's at +7 Bears, which is surprising that it's that much. I thought it was 4 or 5, but 7. Wow, that's a tough spread. Got Baltimore, Detroit.
Ravens all day. They just came off one against the Chiefs.
That defense isn't going to be able to contain Lamar.
He's out
this week, or out today for practice, but
he'll play though, correct?
Yeah, he should. I don't see why he doesn't play. It said he had an illness, so.
Goff has looked all right, but I mean nothing exceptional. So
yeah. The first half against the Packers, I honestly thought the Lions were gonna win that, but Packers came back. That was a good win.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we got Colts at Titans. Sorry, Colts at Titans.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I got Titans, but not by much. I think the Colts will keep it close.
Yeah, I think I'll still take the safe pick in the Titans. I think the Colts' run D has been decent, but I mean, if you're not top, 2 or 3 in the league, it's tough to really stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So, I think, based on performance last week, I think the Titans will win.
Plus, I don't know if Wentz is starting this week. He now has sprains on both of his ankles.
Seriously, I didn't know he was coming back. I thought he was injured till mid-season.
I thought so too, but then he came back week 1 and played, and then week 2 he looked decent, but he's looked good, but he just can't stop letting himself get hit.
Yep.
Like the Colts offensive line has been decent, but like he's almost just throwing his body out there, and can't be doing that.
Yeah. JT looks good.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor played well. He looks like he could regain that form that he had last year.
I'll give the Colts a decent shot. I think sometimes the Titans seem to play down. They seem to play to the level of the team. So I'll give the Colts a solid chance, but by default, I just got to pick the Titans. They're really hot.
Yeah. Especially Derrick Henry coming up 3 touchdowns in the second half.
I know. Yeah.
We got Chargers at Chiefs.
Chiefs got to get that bounce back W.
Yeah. The Chargers have looked very good, though. They're a scary team to face.
Yeah. No, yeah, they have looked really well. Herbert's playing great, but I don't know. I mean, Chiefs getting upset 2 weeks in a row.
That just doesn't happen.
I don't know if I'm going to pick that one. So.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen. All right, we got Saints at New England. This is a weird matchup.
I'm going to pick New England, honestly. I mean, they obviously played well against the Jets. Their defense looked good, but I mean, it was the Jets.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of are playing a little bit like last year. You know, kind of lack of offense at times.
Yeah, the fumble. They should have won that week 1 against the Dolphins, but that fumble by Damian Harris at the end of the game was pretty tough.
Yeah, but
also,
I mean,
I don't know why they didn't throw the ball as much. Like, this game, they definitely threw the ball a lot. Mac Jones looked very good, but it's just kind of odd.
Yeah, Bill Belichick seems to be a pretty smart guy. I think he was just trying to take the pressure off Mac a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I got a feeling about the Patriots. I think they'll have a solid year.
Yeah.
I don't. Good.
If that was at New Orleans, I would take New Orleans. But since it's at New England, I think that it's such a close prediction that I think it comes down to home field advantage, and I think New England just takes it.
Yeah, and coaching. I'll England on that one.
And then we just got an absolute shit show of a tank bowl. Atlanta versus the Giants.
I'm gonna pick Atlanta. Ooh. I think.
Okay.
I know, maybe a little bit of a questionable decision, but I think Matt Ryan seems to have this process in the last couple of years where he plays really bad for like 2 or 3 games, and then he like throws for like 400 yards. So I think the Giants seem like a team that he could do that against, given their rather weak secondary. So
yeah, the secondary has been surprising this year. They definitely, I mean, Brad, that team last year, the secondary looked very good. And this year they've been pretty meh at best.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. I think Ryan will do pretty well, and I don't know. I'm not a Danny Dimes type guy, so.
All right. I got
looks
Giants
okay,
in the matchup,
but,
so.
Yeah, I mean, Galladay looks okay, but he's not. He's on my fantasy team, and I haven't played him once, and he hasn't really made me sorry for that. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta right here.
Alright, I'm getting these predictions down. We got. I just want to write down my predictions. These predictions, so I make sure I don't mess up in predictions week 3. All right, so we got Carolina, Buffalo, Cleveland over Chicago, which, yeah, Baltimore over Detroit. Detroit's such a weird team. They could play up to competition at times, but then they just absolutely play like shit. against bad
Yeah,
teams.
yeah. Last year was a tough year. A lot of their losses were blowouts, but some of them were really tight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird team this year. I think we'll have to see how they play next year. They have a really good O-line, though. That O-line is very, very good.
Who's that?
Detroit's.
Yeah. Young.
Alright,
Okay.
next. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say next week, but what are you saying about the Panthers?
I was asking about the Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys, okay. Cowboys game, that's the Monday night game.
Okay, who are they playing then?
Philly.
I'm gonna go Cowboys. I got a feeling about the Cowboys. I think they're gonna win that division.
I got Phillies, so.
I mean, Hurts looks okay.
He's looked good. That offense has looked extremely good, I'd say.
I mean, it's in comparison to the last few years, but
they definitely look better than they have been. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the Cowboys' defense is still rather weak.
They're not the greatest, to say the least.
Yeah, they're better than last year, but
yeah.
I think that offense is really good. Dak is really good. I mean, Cowboys always
been a good pickup.
For sure. I mean, the Cowboys always seem to play worse than their talent, but I still feel like they're going to win that division just based on their offensive firepower. Like, you know, all they need is a couple turnovers and, you know, a couple breaks here and there and take the pressure off the defense. And I'm picking the Cowboys one.
That's fair. Next one, Cincy at Pittsburgh.
I mean, Pitt, who they lose to? I know they lost last week.
They lost to the Raiders.
Right. So they obviously had a very good win against the Bills. Their defense played phenomenal. But
they play up to competition, but they also love to play down.
Yeah.
To that competition.
I don't have a lot of faith in their offense either. I think Juju, you know, I mean, he's okay. He's not the. I mean, he's like their number one target.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus Deontay Johnson, I think is gonna be out this week.
Which is
a big loss.
Ben's like Peyton Manning in his last year.
Just kind of, he's just there. He's gonna get the job done somewhat
time, but he's not making exceptional plays, but he's not gonna make a lot of mistakes. So I think they'll pick up the win against Cincinnati, just because Cincinnati's not that great of a team. But I think, like down the road, if they meet a team with a lot of offensive firepower and they can't rely on their defense, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if they, you know.
I got Steelers barely. If just because they're home, and I think as the home team, Burrow's gonna make a few mistakes in that environment that Pittsburgh has.
I got a lot of faith in Burrow, but he's just got he's got a terrible environment around him.
His O-line is just terrible.
Yeah, you hate to see these young kids thrown into like terrible NFL teams.
These fucking youngsters, holy shit.
What about Zach Wilson, man? He looks terrible.
Jeez. That was... Honestly, if he wasn't on the Jets, I think he would be I think if he was on, like, Washington, I could see him... I'd honestly say he'd probably look better than Trevor Lawrence. But just that Jets offense has just been horrendous.
Yeah.
Their O-line, like, oh my, literally, I don't know if you've seen the video. I can't remember what it was. Hold on, I gotta pull up the pick. Or what the play on it was. But there was like one play for Zach Wilson's, I don't remember if it was second or third pick, I want to say, where the O-line, you have one guy getting absolutely blown by, another guy that just missed his block. Two guys literally just standing, not blocking anybody. A guy in Zach Wilson's face.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
They just... Like, they honestly have, like Michael Carter and I think it's I don't know if it's Elijah Moore or if it's, Elijah Moore. They looked okay. Like, they're decent, but, like, just... He's running for his life every play. Like, that's the problem.
They have a couple good skill position players.
But
Jameson Crowder's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think the
Corey
problem
Davis
is
too.
Yep. Corey Davis was a good pickup. But I think the biggest thing is you see it so often. It's like these 21-year-old kids come into the league and start their first year for the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen? Like, you have to get a vet in there to teach him for at least 3/4 of a season.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like you could have put in Brett Favre in his rookie year with this Jets team. He would do bad too.
Yeah.
So
put
I mean,
anybody in here. They're gonna
exactly. So I think
as a quarterback, Zach Wilson's all right, but in the situation he's in, he's just terrible. Honestly, even if someone like fucking Patrick Mahomes was on this Jets team, they maybe get 6-7 wins.
Yeah, if that.
If that. They don't get many more wins than with Zach Wilson at QB.
Yeah, and I mean, Wilson might suck, but I feel like it's hard to say with the situation
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, he almost kind of...
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh. It's the same thing with Darnold. I mean, we're seeing Darnold play solid now on Carolina, and he looked horrendous on the Jets.
Yeah, Darnold wasn't the problem in New York, but I think it's Wilson might be bad because he's one of those college quarterbacks who's just so high powered, makes crazy plays, kind of like a Manziel almost, and quarterbacks like that typically just don't end up doing well in the NFL because you can't break 4 sacks and then throw a 50-yard touchdown.
The only time that has actually, one of the only times that has happened is with Patrick Mahomes. That is one of the only times.
Kind of.
Lamar. Yeah, Lamar too. Him and Lamar are the only 2 exceptions I'd say so far.
But Wilson, I mean, I don't know. I don't see a lot of potential in that kid, but it might just be New York.
Yeah, let's just see.
Yeah.
Arizona at Jacksonville, that's going to be an absolute murder.
Yeah. T-Law doesn't look too good, man.
Yeah, he is not good. And they just, get Urban Meyer out of there, maybe they play better, but Urban Meyer has been maybe the worst head coach. Easily the worst head coach in the league this year. By far.
Yeah, I saw reports saying, they're considering firing him, I believe.
Yeah,
Already they're thinking about it.
He was rumored to be going for the USC job.
Seriously? He wants to go back to college already, dude.
Already go back to college.
He's like, screw this, man.
They need to get him out of there. He's just... Everyone was hyped up on him, maybe he can actually be one of the first college coaches to, do good in the NFL. The only problem is, they just don't translate. The game doesn't translate.
Yeah, I mean, the best coach I can think of is Nick Saban, maybe?
Yeah, he's the best college coach, but he'll never coach in the NFL. I think he coached, I think, once in
the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, or Dolphins, Browns, something like that. He coached... I don't remember who he coached for, but he coached for... Actually, I forgot. I have the power.
I feel like
of
it was
the
the
internet.
Dolphins. I feel like it was the Dolphins, but maybe I.
Hold on, I can see. Coached the Browns and he coached the Dolphins. Yes, he coached both of them.
What was his record as a head coach?
Oh, he was a coach for Syracuse. That's interesting.
Saban.
Yeah, he's the outside linebacker coach for Syracuse. That's weird.
Man, that was a mess for SU. If only they had promoted him to head coach.
So he's the defensive coordinator for the Browns, and he was the head coach for the Dolphins for 1 year in 2005-2006.
What was his record?
2005 Miami Dolphins. 4-12.
Okay, yeah, so he didn't do very well.
Oh wait. Oh no, never mind. They were 9-7.
Okay, so not terrible. I mean, another coach. The other coach I can think of off the top of my head is Doug Marrone. He did decent in the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean,
he coached well he coached solid for the Bills. I mean, he had he made that decision of benching Tyrod that one game for Peterman.
No, that was McDermott.
Oh, it was McDermott? I thought it was...
That was McDermott's first year, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Doug.
He benched E.J. Manuel for Kyle Orton, though.
Yeah.
That ended up being a good decision. And, of course, he led the Jags to almost Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was kind of luck of the draw. He had good play.
They got really lucky there.
Yeah. Didn't they have like a few pick sixes against Pittsburgh? 2 pick sixes in the divisional or something?
I want to say. And that's when their whole franchise went downhill because they gave Bortles like 80 mil.
Yeah, they had like 4 like all-pro defensive players on like rookie contracts.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, we have to pay these guys. We can't.
Yeah.
And then had to sell them all.
Yeah, and the fatal mistake they had was saying, oh yeah, we made it almost to the Super Bowl. We don't have to change anything. We don't have to get a new quarterback.
Yeah.
And they were 1 quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl. If they had a good quarterback, they were hands down. The way Fournette was playing that year.
Just a monster.
I know, so.
Next game, Jets at Denver, another murder.
Denver's looking good. They're undefeated. I'm picking Denver.
They're going to be... I've already said this. They're a playoff team. I'm calling it right now. They're going to make the playoffs.
I'd agree with you. Yeah, I think they're going to go 10-6 or 11-5, honestly. Or 17 games now. Whoops, 10-7, maybe. 11-6.
That's what I say, at least. I think they get at least 10 wins. They've looked very good. Plus, they should be an easy 3-0 to start the season. Let's see how they play against the Ravens next week.
They got good weapons. The receiver, Judy and Courtland Sutton, look really good.
Yeah, Judy, sadly, I think he can come back not against the Ravens, but the week after.
Okay.
And then Bradley Chubb's out for 8 weeks, I want to say.
8 weeks, wow, I didn't know that.
So he should come back around week 11, week 12, hopefully. But
yeah, and Jets, I don't know, Jets could go 0-17, honestly.
Yeah, they have not looked good.
Yeah, so I think they'll have like a 2-win season.
Yeah. Miami versus the Raiders.
Is Tua back?
No, it's going to be... I think it's Brissett.
Yeah, he's... Okay, yeah. I'm picking Raiders. I mean, coming off a nice win.
Yeah.
Ruggs looks good. Wall looks good. Carr looks good. Josh Jacobs, if he plays, looked really good week 1.
Yeah. I got Miami with an upset here. I think Jacoby Brissett gets in his bag and just...
Yeah, you got to pick some upsets. I respect that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe Gaskin has his moments here and there, so I don't know. I mean, Salvin Ahmed had he went off like a week or 2 last year, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So yeah, we'll see. But I'm still gonna go with Reed.
Yeah, Panthers just scored, by the way, 7-0. Sam Darnold with a 5-yard run.
They might be a playoff team.
Yeah, they're looking very scary.
Yeah.
Not a great start for David Mills though. 1 for 2 for -1 yard.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in David Mills.
Yeah. Tampa at LA Raiders, or sorry, not Raiders or Chargers, the Rams. Tampa
at the
Rams.
I'm picking the Rams.
I got the Rams as well.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady later in his career always just likes to kind of crank it up a few notches in the postseason.
Yeah.
So last year they had some losses to teams that didn't even make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they had the big loss to the Saints, they
Bears.
lost to I think they lost to the Packers, and they
lost to the Bears, who ended up going 8-8.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Tom Brady doesn't win them all, in the regular season, and I really like how Stafford's clicking.
The Rams are dirty.
They have so many weapons. Sean McVay is a great defensive coach, and their skill positions are really good. I mean, Kupp and Woods, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, that team's just filthy, and that is going to be what is the over-under on that game? I'm looking it up real quick. The over-under on the game is...
That'll be the best game of the week, I think.
55.5.
Seriously, wow.
I honestly think that's going to be the over. I feel like the Rams alone might score that.
I don't know. I think I'd bet under on that.
Really?
Actually,
I think this is going to be an absolute shootout.
It could be. Yeah, maybe I'd bet over.
And then, oh, go on.
That's I think over. Now that you say it.
Yeah, because that's the exact same thing that happened last year with the Chiefs game, when Rams played the Chiefs, and that was just an absolute shootout. There was 100 points combined that game.
No,
so I see something similar. Seattle, Minnesota.
I gotta pick Minnesota. I got a feeling. I think come off a week like that, against a really good team.
Yeah, that was a tough L.
I mean, the Seahawks came off a tough L too, though.
Yeah, they both came off big losses too. Seattle lost to the Titans by 3, and Minnesota lost by 1 to the Cards.
I feel like you gotta pick some upsets, and I don't know. Kirk, sometimes he goes off. I mean, their offense is doing pretty well as usual. I'm gonna pick them there. I think Seahawks defense looks a little light, so.
That's fair. I got Seattle, but that's definitely one of the games that I would pick as an upset.
Yeah.
Odds on it's the spread is -1 or +1 Minnesota, so very close spread.
Yeah, close one.
And then last game is Green Bay at San Fran.
I gotta go Green Bay. I think they're kind of on an upward climb right now. They had a rough first week, then they had a better second week, and I think this will be their first, really solid win. I think San Francisco looks pretty good. Their defense is great. They have good skill positions. This just quarterback's a little iffy at the QB spot, but
yeah, fair enough. Oh, I spelled Vikings wrong. Nice. Yeah, so that's the picks so far. The only picks we were different on is the Green Bay game. I got Niners. I think that's one of the upsets of the week. I have Seattle over Minnesota, and I just closed out of my predictions.
You X'd out of it?
I just X'd out of it.
Jeez.
It's fine. I gotta write them down on here anyways.
Okay.
Only have like 2 or 3 that were. Actually, I think we have 3 or 4 that were different on. But not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this season alone has already been such a good start to the year.
Yep.
Like,
it's kind of hard to see who's gonna go where in the standings by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I just don't really know. I mean, of course the Chiefs will be up there. The Bucs will. I'm sure the Bills will, but
Yeah, you have a few teams that like you think are gonna be good, but there's just like the Cardinals this year have just been come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, thought they were gonna be good, but like this good. That's like.
I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll do much in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They kind of just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a coaching issue, but I mean, they had all that talent last year and they went 8-8.
Yeah. And then, what was that? Raiders versus Miami. I got Miami. Vikings. Oh yeah, I got Seattle and Green Bay. Or sorry, not Green Bay. 49ers. Yeah, this should be a good week of football. And fantasy wise, I should win this week. I should be 3-0 this week, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm 2-0, so I might go 3-0 this week. My fantasy team is kind of goated.
Yeah, this is the league that we did, like me, Sean, Justin, the $20 buy-in league.
Yeah.
So I had the first pick. I took McCaffrey, and I ended up selling him to Jack for $60.
$60, dude?
Yeah. Well, I'm 2-0 without him still, and I still got a solid team.
That seems like a decent investment, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a blockbuster trade. I picked Davante Adams with like the 5th pick, I think, and Andrew gave me Antonio Gibson, DJ Moore, Robert Woods, and Tyler Lockett just for Davante Adams and Scrubs.
Wow, that was a good trade for you.
Yeah, and I've been going off last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have Darren Waller, and he's been playing really well. Tyler Lockett has been playing very well.
Yeah.
So
I got Stafford at QB. It's been solid. I got Clyde and James Robinson. I drafted Clyde in the 2nd round, which is kind of looking like a bust right now. But we'll see. And then I actually made 2 trades. So I traded Michael Pittman and Michael Carter for Mark Andrews, and then traded Mark Andrews for James Robinson.
that's a decent trade. I'd say that's pretty good.
He's been kind of iffy this year, but we'll see. Hopefully, he bounces back.
Yeah, only 2 weeks in, but I actually drafted Edwards-Helaire with my 1st pick last season. Which ended up being, even though I won the league, it ended up being a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's just
so iffy.
He's on and off, and I feel like the Chiefs didn't run the ball either.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping he's gonna get the passing game, but he hasn't. He's only gotten 3 receptions. That was the first game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he bounces back as well. I got Keenan, Allen Robinson, and Cooper Kupp. I traded with Boone, Melvin Gordon, and Sony Michel for Antonio Brown, and then traded with Logan straight up Antonio Brown for Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
And Cooper Kupp is now like the 2nd or 3rd best receiver.
Yeah, he's went off the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then TJ Hawkinson, absolute GOAT.
Oh yeah, I last year, dude, I picked him up as a free agent.
Yeah, he's just popping off.
And he popped off towards the end of the season last year. I didn't even know who he was. I was just like, damn, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Picked him up, and he went off for me. But I picked Waller really early. I feel like having a good tight end in fantasy is so big because most people don't have a good tight end. Because there's only like 3 or 4 tight ends in the league that really score like as much as a receiver.
Waller, Kelsey, Hawkinson, and Kittle.
And that's about it.
I think it's week 9. Week 10 maybe? I don't know. Whatever week Hawkinson has a bye, I actually have a bye in the league, which is kind of clutch. So I don't have to pick up a tight end for the year, unless Hawkinson goes down.
Oh damn. So, well, wait, how many teams are in your league?
11.
Oh, so that's why there's a bye.
Yeah, so we had a bye every week.
Yeah.
And then on my bench, I have Robert Woods on the bench, which I just need a trade for a running back.
Yeah.
I got Trey Sermon. Still, I'm holding on to him just because the San Fran running back core has been glass for
yeah.
So I have a feeling eventually he'll get up the list. Latavius, I have picked him up 2 weeks ago right when I had Gus Edwards, and then J.K. got hurt, so Gus Edwards was like sick.
Oh yeah.
And then Gus Edwards got hurt, and I was like, shit, all right. So I picked up Latavius.
I picked J.K. and then he got hurt. That was pretty tough. Because someone offered me a trade for him like the day before he got hurt, and I declined it.
I offered Boone a trade for ETN the night before he got hurt.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. That your number 1 running back gets hurt in preseason. God.
And then I got Elijah Mitchell. I picked him up last week. And then this week I decided to pick up KJ Osborne, Cordell Patterson, and Tim Patrick.
Okay. Yep. Cordell can put up some points.
Yeah, I'm still 50-50. I might start Cordell this week, but I want to give it one. He's playing the Giants though.
That's true. How
many points did he have last week? He had 23. Yeah, this is tough. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know who I'm gonna start this week. Jack's team is kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
At this point, because he also just made a trade with Boone. He traded David Montgomery for Justin Jefferson and Myles Gaskin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a blockbuster.
Yeah, it's a pretty big trade. So,
yeah.
He's Jack's team right now. He's got Kyler, Aaron Jones, McCaffrey, Diggs, Jefferson, Andrews, Tyler Lockett, Ravens defense, and Tyler Bass. And on his bench, he's got Gaskin, Bridgewater, Tyson Williams, Gronk, Fant, Juju, and Mike Davis.
That's actually stacked. I don't know how he got a team that good.
Well, I gave him McCaffrey, but he had Aaron Jones in the first round and the late first round, and took Diggs. He took Aaron Jones and Diggs first and second. Made the Mark Andrews trade with me for Robinson. He picked Gronk and Fant. Those were originally his 2 tight ends, but now they're both good, so he's kind of just sitting both of them.
Perfect.
So, and then he picked Lockett, made the Justin Jefferson trade. So, yeah, he's got a pretty stacked team. That's the main He's the main one that I'm gonna have to beat this year.
Yeah. Yep, he's the guy to beat. But I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for having
me
on.
I'm doing this one next week. Should be doing it Wednesday next week. I just kind of was lazy last night, didn't do it, so push it off till Thursday.
Yeah. Let me know and I'll hop on the cord.
All right, bet. And then I'm probably gonna do something Sunday. Do like a podcast type thing during the week Sunday and going over the games as they're live. So see how that goes.
I'm down with that. Yeah, let me know.
Alright, bet. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude.
Alright, peace.
Yeah, peace.
Alright, that was fun chat. Been going for almost 2 hours now, so I don't know how much I was muted for. I'll go over fantasy one more time. I mean, in the stream or in the video I put on YouTube, I'll cut it out. Also, didn't realize. Gotta do follow. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I didn't hear the notification. I guess I didn't have sound on. But yeah, I didn't realize. If I wasn't muted, I'll go over it again, fantasy. But if I was, my apologies. I did not realize I was muted. I should win. I kind of just went over my team anyways. Playing Boone this week. Just made that big trade that I was talking about. I think I'm gonna win this week. This will be a good matchup. Depends really how Dak and Henry play. Obviously, Waller will get his points. We'll see how Ridley plays as well against the Giants. I think Justin will win, but it depends how Derrick Henry plays for AJ. This one, he's gotta, if Logan forgets to take Antonio Brown out, Pat should have this easily. But right now I'll give it, we'll see. I think this is a 50-50 shot for me. I'll give it to Logan for now. If he doesn't take out Antonio Brown, then Pat's got the win easily. I think Saquon bounces back this week. Sean versus Conant. I think Sean gets this win pretty easily here. As long as Galladay and Higgins play, this should be an easy win for him. DJ Moore's already got almost 13 points. What a start for him. Jack should have this pretty handedly. He's got McCaffrey tonight, and Hunter's team's just kind of meh. And then Cat zone 2 to start, but he's just had a few underperformers. We'll see how Najee, AJ Brown play, and Dalvin's playing good. And then also Devonta Smith. We'll see how he plays as well. Gallup just got put on IR. That's kind of tough. So yeah, that was fantasy. We got predictions for week 3 here between me and Jack. I'll review these next week and see how I did. This game looks pretty good. I might go turn this on, watch this tonight. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm gonna be ending the stream here. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And yeah, the tier list things we went over: tier list, fantasy, and then we got the predictions. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, peace.